If someone just came out to you that they are transgender or transitioning, I want you to know that it is absolutely normal to go on a roller coaster of emotions. In fact, it is likely that you will go through the stages of grief established by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross. That means that you may start out in shock. You may be surprised. Not everyone has this reaction though. Some people skip and they go to the next stage, which is denial. Denial means that you're questioning the person. You're asking, did they really think this through? You're thinking over the history of knowing them and remembering so many different things that just don't align with that. And you might be wanting to blame an outside factor for their gender. Oftentimes that might be saying that they just need to pray more, or they're hanging out with the wrong friends, or someone's convinced them of this, or even that it's a phase and it will pass. These are all just signs that you're having denial. And you're having that denial because you're having a hard time letting go of the person who you knew as you knew them. It's important for you to know, though, that this person who came out to you likely has a lot of secret feelings, memories, and behaviors that they haven't shared. So your denial is based on limited information. At this point, I would encourage you to ask some questions. Do your homework. Don't make a judgment and say, you haven't thought this through, because maybe they have. Ask them, how did you come to this conclusion? What is it that I don't know? The next stage after denial is anger. Anger comes from just frustration that there is a change and you have no say in it. And you don't. But you have a lot of places in their life where you have no say. You don't get to decide who they marry, or what school they go to, their profession, the way they dress. At least I hope not, because that's especially controlling. So understand that if you are angry that you have no say in this, well, it's their life. And I have to tell you the truth. It's okay to be angry, but how you treat them is very different. I say this to my transgender clients in videos as well. It's okay to have your feelings. It's just not okay to behave as a jerk. So keep your anger in check and behave like a respectful person and go to the next phase. The next phase is bargaining. And bargaining is where you start to accept that the person is transgender and will transition. Bargaining is where you sit back and you think, okay, you're transgender, but. And that but usually means slow down. That but usually means I'm not ready. It could be don't dress in this way or in front of this person or tell this person. But the truth is this is about them and it's not about you. And so they get to dictate who finds out and how and when, not you, which is really hard. You can talk to them and express your feelings. You can make requests. But again, they're the ones who are transgender. They're the ones who are transitioning. So again, you have no say outside of just a request because it is their life. Hopefully they will listen, and hopefully you can deliver that request in a way that they can hear it. The last stage is depression. You will feel very sad. You will probably cry, and you may even cry on and off for a while. You'll feel sluggish and tired, and you'll just watch the person that you loved slowly fade away and watch this different person come in. But you need to know inside that person is the same. It is important that you give this new person, also this same person who is now in your life, a chance, because the humor is likely the same, the intelligence is the same. What is the one thing that's likely different is that they're happier, and you should be happy for them. So for the sake of both of you, give it a chance, and do your best to be open despite the difficulty and despite the pain of the person you've lost. After the depression passes is acceptance, and that's where the roller coaster ends. This is a place that you will get to. It might seem impossible right now, but you will. And I know because I've talked to and worked with so many wives, sisters and brothers, and parents. I've run groups for wives and groups for parents, in fact. I've had one-on-one appointments with siblings, friends, every kind of loved one you can imagine. And when they give it time, they do get to a place where this is okay. I just ask that you consider one thing. Think about how you're treating this person. Because even though you are in pain, I promise you they're in more. For some reason, when someone's transgender, we don't provide the same compassion and support we would provide if it was anything else. If it was someone with an addiction trying to get clean and sober, someone going through cancer, someone with the loss of a loved one by death, we just don't give that support. So do your best not to make this so much about you, but at the same time take care of yourself and your needs emotionally. It is a delicate and difficult balance, but it is very important. The one thing that you can say to someone who is transgender and transitioning, the one thing that you can ask that would mean a great deal is, how are you doing? How is your transition going? Is there anything I can do to help you? This means you care, and rarely are people asked this. They're asked questions instead which are very inappropriate, such as, when are you having surgery? When in fact that's not necessarily something that's okay to ask people, because you're asking about their genitals. That's not something we talk about generally, without permission, without context, without great intimacy. And that's not what matters anyways. What matters is that they're going through something, and they need your support. So care for yourself and your own emotional needs, but be sure you're doing this in a respectful manner that preserves the relationship. Because trust me, what you feel today, you won't feel years from now. What you feel today is an emotional roller coaster. And with such emotions going high and low, it is no time to make a permanent decision. So stay in decision delay, stay in the moment, care for yourself, and be respectful to the person who's transitioning through support. And it will help your relationship in the end.